Ladies, young ladies and gentlemen, the situation is serious. Very, very serious. Yes, the world is standing up for the cause of the president of Faso, Ibrahim Traoré. Before starting, I ask you to share this video as much as possible. I want to have 10,000 shares on this video conference. This is our way of showing our support for President Ibrahim Traoré. These images you see here are images of support for the Burkinabe revolution and President Ibrahim Traoré, who is a victim of recurring persecutions, organized by Western imperialism, organized by Westerners who want to portray Ibrahim Traoré as a demon. They want to present him to his people as a predator of the national economy. Yet, Ibrahim Traoré has sacrificed everything: his life, his family, the luxury of comfort, for the higher interest of the integral nation of Burkina Faso. Given the recent attitude of Westerners, particularly the Americans, it is for this reason that the citizens have decided to mobilize. What you see here is not money that made them come out, nor is it Ibrahim Traoré who asked them to come out. It is the conscious people who have automatically recognized the need, the necessity, to show unwavering support for their president, to provide a very clear response to the Americans, to the Westerners, who want to continue with neocolonialism. A neocolonialism that Ibrahim Traoré is fighting tooth and nail. Ladies and gentlemen, the Burkinabe people have come out. But it is not only the Burkinabe people who have come out. I inform you that in neighboring Liberia, which is right next door, as you can see in the images, Liberia, which is an English-speaking country, Liberians, young Liberians, have come out. As you can read on the sign, these young Liberians have come out to show their support for President Ibrahim Traoré. People who do not understand much French, or do not understand French at all, who are forced to translate our writings, our video conferences into English, to better understand what is happening in Burkina. These people recognize the value of the man, Ibrahim Traoré. What about us? What are we doing? The Burkinabe people have come out. Let's support the Burkinabe people. That's why I demand 10,000 shares. No, if you don't give me these 10,000 shares, I won't be happy. This is our demonstration. Show the world what the Burkinabe people have done. They have taken to the streets, to the Place de la Nation. They demonstrated to support the Burkinabe president. The Western media aren't talking about it. Maranatha, they aren't talking about it. We are left to ourselves. So, this is our media. At least it starts from here. 1 million people, 2 million people should see this video. But if we decide, we can. How many of us are here? It just takes each person to share, just in 2 groups. For each person to first share on their profile and then in a group to show the world that Africa has awakened on the side of Burkina Faso, that we support our friends in Burkina Faso. They went to the Place de la Nation. We weren't there. We are going to hold our demonstration digitally. That's it. Bravo to our warriors from Burkina Faso. Let's dive deep with the information. Yes. Give a lot of likes. I want 10,000 shares. I'm insisting on that. So, it's a spontaneous support meeting for Captain Ibrahim Traoré. But it's a strong mobilization that took place at the Place de la Nation and throughout the country. Those who came out were mostly equipped with placards, were vuvuzelas, whistles and Burkinabe flags, as well as Russian flags. The demonstrators responded to the call on April 30th to show their support for the head of state, Ibrahim Traoré. What needs to be said, even before that, on April 29th, there was a group of young Burkinabe who were furious, meaning very agitated and committed, who took the American flag and laid it on the ground. They set it on fire. I don't want to say the name. They put it on top of it. The smoke started to rise. I hope that when I speak like this, you understand. The smoke started to rise. This is an unprecedented incident. It's a symbol. It's a sign of a very serious diplomatic break. But no, sacrifice is too great when it comes to preserving our sovereignty, asserting our dignity and our sovereignty. Today, April 30th. Today, April 30th, is solidarity with Burkina Faso. Against imperialism, it is support for the popular revolution and President Ibrahim Traoré. On this April 30th, 2025, the World Day of Support for Burkina Faso and its leader, President Ibrahim Traoré, the people who cherish justice and sovereignty have affirmed their unwavering solidarity with the heroic struggle of the Burkinabe people for their emancipation. It is a historic day, ladies and gentlemen, and this historic day aims to confront the maneuvers of interventionists, of imperialist powers that seek to undermine the ongoing bombed Burkinabe revolution. The Burkinabe say, Burkina Faso has chosen its path, that of dignity, national independence, and genuine social progress, far from neo-colonial and Western dictates. The words that came from the mouth of the Burkinabe people are very powerful words. Please, I ask you, give the Burkinabe people the 10,000 shares. I want to see the 10,000 shares. I know that if we want, we can. Even those of you who have never shared, I ask you to share. Africa is at a decisive turning point in its history. What these imperialists are trying to do in Burkina, if we let time pass, they will do the same to our other countries. That's it. And during colonization, that's what they did. They used the media, bad propaganda. Fortunately, they at least left us the possibility of having these social media platforms that we have. Even if they deleted our page, our first page with 300,000 subscribers. They deleted that in 2023. But we started again. So share as much as possible. Let's go into the depths. Thank you for following the video conference until the end. Vote for this. The revolution led by Captain Ibrahim Traoré. The legitimate aspirations of the working masses. The refusal of foreign domination, military, economic, and political. The fight against terrorists used as a pretext to justify interference. There you go. Priority to food, energy, and educational sovereignty. Alliance of African peoples for a common destiny, free from exploitation. Today, through these meetings and demonstrations, the Burkinabe people denounce, first, the hypocrisy of the former colonial powers, who criminalize resistance while plundering the continent. They criminalize resistance and they plunder the continents, the African continent. All those who rise up, who resist against their new strategy of neocolonialism, they label them as criminals, while they continue to plunder the continent. But how many times will Africa continue to live in poverty? Because that's what they want. And when we have young presidents in power, like Ibrahim Traoré, they want to fight him at all costs. This mobilization shows that the Burkinabe people are behind their president. It's a strong message. RFI will not talk about it. France 24 will not talk about it. That's why you need to share. There is a saying that goes, In the absence of the grandmother, we make do. In the absence of the mother, we make do with the grandmother. For us, this is our media. Share as much as possible. Let's go, huh? It's not over. Elect here. Our message is clear. Honor to the martyrs of the Burkinabe Revolution. Long live the anti-imperialist resistance. Burkina Faso is not alone. From Bamako to Niamey, from Dakar to Johannesburg, the wave of liberation is irreversible. Together, let's break the chains of neocolonialism. Finished. Here are the words spoken by the sovereign people of the Republic of Burkina Faso. Dear Africans, will we continue to sit and lament? Are we going to keep lamenting our own fate without rising to make irreversible decisions to change the situation? What do we want concretely? What do we want? Are we going to sit and say that no, others will change the situation? But we must rise. And this struggle that we are each contributing to in our own way, everyone adding their contribution. Those who are on the ground are taking action. Those who can provide financial contributions to Burkina Faso are contributing. Those who have media, who have newspapers, talk about it, support the Burkinabe regime. And those who do not have these means, when you follow these video conferences, share, 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 share. It costs you nothing. You pay nothing. Do not accept being like us, some of our elders who were traitors during the advent of independence. Our ancestors were able to grant independence to our continent without even having means of communication. They did not have the resources that we have today. But how did they manage to do it? We need to rise up. Africa must rise. That's why I do not tire. At all times you see me. I am here, night and day. Ladies and gentlemen, Burkina Faso needs support. Long live President Ibrahim Traoré. Long live the Burkinabe people. And by the way, as I told you, I am preparing to come to Burkina Faso. Yes, I am preparing to come to Burkina. I just want those who can welcome me in Burkina Faso. I want to come. Greet the Burkinabe people hand in hand. That was the headline of the news. We will come back to that. Thank you to everyone. I will get back to you shortly with more news. This was the voice of your humble servant, Robert Théa.